Do you seek external approval and validation from everyone else but yourself? Did you know that it actually affects your confidence and your creativity? Well, if this is something you struggle with, you're definitely going to want to listen in. So grab those headphones and listen in. Hi, friend. Welcome to Step Forward and Speak. Are you ready to conquer doubt and believe in the power of your voice? Because confidence doesn't hide, play small, or diminish its abilities. It actually steps forward. I'm Terry Mullen, mom to 4 adults, wife of 34 years, a midlife entrepreneur, and your confidence coach, who turned self-doubt into confidence and courage to speak, write my book, start a podcast, and launch my business. Now, I empower other amazing women just like you to do the same. I share practical strategies to crush fear, boost confidence, and use your voice to create greater impact and income as a new entrepreneur. I have walked this path, and I'm here to empower you every step of the way. Let's step forward. We all have an inner knowing, a spirit, and a quiet voice that whispers our thoughts, our feelings, and those gut feelings, that intuition. But the first step to really being in tune to it is getting quiet. It's blocking out all that external noise that surrounds us today with all the technology and all the distractions and all the next best things that we can be doing. And now with AI, right? It can feel really overwhelming. But it's so important to pause and listen to your own inner voice. What's it trying to tell you? I've really been thinking a lot about this lately and how it is applied to my own life, because I have a lot going on at this moment, like we all do, right? And when I usually sit down to do these podcasts, I always plan them usually for about a month ahead. And recording comes easily. The words usually flow, I don't struggle, and I rarely have to record more than once. But this week, wow, it's been so hard. And what I've learned is that I have to pay attention to my own inner knowing. When there's a block or the words aren't flowing, I know it's just not right. I know it's off. And it's been like that for me. It's just been off. There's been a block and it's been really hard. There's been a struggle. And I've been distracted, going off from what I originally was going to talk about. And nothing just felt right. Nothing seemed to work, right? So when that happens for me, I know I need to pause and just shut down all external distractions and listen to my own inner knowing. Does that make sense? Because what happens a lot of times, we start to doubt ourselves, right? And we seek approval from others or external things that we think is smarter and knows more than we do. And when we do that, it just creates a lot of confusion. And for me, I know that God is not a God of confusion. So now I wait. I wait for the clarity. And I know there's power within my own voice. So let's dive into this. I had a recent conversation with a really good friend of mine, 𝐁𝐥𝐤𝐬, and she's actually been on the podcast before. Episode 60, You Are Not Broken, is an amazing conversation between the two of us. It's a really great interview. She is a certified brain health trainer with Dr. Amen, a licensed naturopath, and an amazing woman who I say is highly attuned to God's spirit. And we meet regularly. We met through a course that we both took, and we kind of keep each other accountable and stretch each other, challenge each other, help each other work through things. And we were talking about ChatGPT because I honestly struggle with AI. I think it can be an amazing tool, but as a writer, I really struggle with it because I believe in the power of creativity. But it can be an amazing tool, and I definitely need it for my typos because I make lots of them. And for those of you that follow me on social media, you know this to be true. I'm constantly checking, but I have to use it now to edit so that I don't make these stupid typos that I make all the time. But it made me think about how often we give our power away to external things that we think are smarter, better, and know more than we do, or our own inner knowing. So in our conversation, I was sharing my frustrations about social media and AI and how I feel like it can just be like a hamster wheel and such a distraction. And she said, God is our ultimate ChatGPT. When we need an answer to guide us, all we need to do is tune into God's personal thoughts. Wow, how awesome is that? It caused me to pause and stop right there in that moment because I've been thinking lately about how much we give away our power to someone or something that's outside of ourselves. And that includes technology, social media, AI, and other people's opinions, right? Anyone connecting with this? Do you relate? These things can give us answers immediately. And I think there's plus and minuses to that, right? It takes away so much of our own critical thinking and the struggle to come to an answer. It takes away our creativity to write and to express ourselves, and we always think it's wrong. We think that ChatGPT knows more than we do. Are you relating to this? Does this make sense? And I think when we lack confidence and we don't trust ourselves or our own voice, we seek that approval from other sources, these external sources, right? And we spend hours looking for answers externally versus internally. And before we know it, we've given away our power, the power of our voice and our own thoughts to something or someone that we think is better, smarter, or appears to have all the answers, right? And in that process, we disconnect from who we are. We disconnect from our spirit, our voice, our critical thinking, our ideas, and our ability to tap into the magic that lies within. And that magic is full of creativity. Think about it. There are 8 billion people on this planet, and there's only one you with your ideas, your thoughts, your creativity, your quirkiness, the color of your eyes, the way you're wired, all of that. There's only one you. And God gave you unique gifts and talents and ideas to use to bless others in this life. What are your gifts? What are your talents? What are your passions? Do you know? Is it the gift of writing, speaking, encouragement, discernment, knowledge, experience, compassion, empathy, teaching, leading? What is it? And how can God best use that today in your personal life and your business? Because my goal is to empower female entrepreneurs to find their voice and to use it for greater impact and income. And it all starts from trusting that inner knowing inside and speaking up and using your voice. And whether you do that behind a microphone, like here on this podcast, or on video, or speaking to a group of people, or coaching others, or writing, or communicating with others in your own personal life and relationships, our voice matters. And as Oprah said, speaking your truth is the most powerful tool that we all have. But we have to trust it. We have to trust our voice. We have to trust the truth that lives inside of us. Our knowledge, our wisdom, our experience, our kindness, our empathy, our compassion, our discernment and intuition. And that can't be found on a computer, AI, or social media. These are our intrinsic God-given gifts. So today I encourage you to be mindful. Be mindful of being so distracted that you no longer hear that still small whisper in your soul. Stay connected to who you are and trust that you have amazing ideas. Trust that you can write an amazing post or a book or a blog or an article or a newsletter, whatever that is. Trust that you can speak from an authentic place and share who you are and be vulnerable, that it doesn't all need to be scripted, that you can speak from your heart, that there's power in that. That is how you're going to connect with someone on the other side of this microphone or on a screen when you're doing a video or when you're speaking to a group of people or coaching. Have an outline, but then speak from your heart, speak extemporaneously, and allow God's Spirit to flow through you and use you as a very, very powerful instrument to bless someone else. I think technology is an amazing tool and AI can be a wonderful tool, and so much is changing so rapidly before us, and all these platforms that we all use with Canva, our podcast platforms, our newsletters, all of it is changing so rapidly, and it can feel really overwhelming. So I'm encouraging you to pause and take one step at a time. Like I said, AI can be wonderful, but don't allow it to take away your own critical thinking or squelch your creativity. If you're a writer, use it to edit, like me. I need it to edit, but don't allow it to write for you. Use your thoughts and your words. They have power. Trust your own inner voice and spirit that guides you, and don't lose sight of the power of your own voice. I've been thinking about this so much that I've decided that next Wednesday, June 12th, I'm going to do a 1-hour masterclass at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and the title is The Power of Your Voice. If you are a female entrepreneur, an aspiring one, or you just need some confidence speaking up and using your voice and understanding the power of your voice, this 1-hour masterclass is for you. I will offer tools on how to tune in to who you are, your voice, and to speak with confidence, which will empower you speaking behind a microphone or on camera. All right, have an amazing day. And before we go, repeat this affirmation. My voice is strong. My voice is empowered. My voice has a purpose. God is going to use it for greater impact and income in my life. Have an amazing day. Know that you are seen, you are heard, you are loved, you are valued, and you belong. Until we meet again, may God truly bless you. Let's keep stepping forward. Thank you so much for listening in. I hope you have a few takeaways that can empower you and help you step forward with your life. If you need some additional coaching, I offer one-on-one coaching, and I'd love to set up a call just to make sure that we're a good fit. So reach out and DM me on Messenger, and I will get back to you. I also have an upcoming class called Speak. It is a live 6-week course that I do on Zoom, and it is intended to empower you, to help you feel confident when you speak, not only in your own life, but on camera, on video, and if you want to start a podcast. So our confidence with ourselves and how we speak and communicate to others has power and impact in our life. So I will post all of that here in the show notes. And again, thank you so much for being here. Keep stepping forward.